Who gon' get down? We are. This that StrawHat SitDown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that StrawHat SitDown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. StrawHat SitDown crew in the building. We promoting to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad the captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that StrawHat SitDown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that StrawHat SitDown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track. No work, bring it back, and we are back with StrawHat SitDown, episode 49. Out. One more to 50, baby. We are almost there. Almost there,
yo.
Almost.
Yeah, I'm here with the gang as usual. StrawHat Mind in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's good, y'all? Happy New Year's to y'all. Happy New Year's.
Yes. Wishing everybody a very happy and healthy New Year's. Hope you guys enjoyed, celebrated very safely. Hope everybody had a good time. Mr. G in the building. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Yo, like Matt said, Happy New Year's. Also, shout out to the GOAT. Happy birthday, Oda. It's his birthday today. Also,
word?
That's solid.
And yesterday's birthday was Goldie Rogers' birthday.
I knew that. I knew today was Ace's and yesterday was Goldie's. I did not know today was Oda's birthday. That's
Oda's
sick.
birthday
Yo, happy
too.
birthday to the fucking GOAT. That's crazy.
Bro.
Go, literally while we're all here today.
Literally.
We wouldn't be here without him, bro. So, good.
We were gonna wish Oda a very happy and wonderful day. I'm sure he's gonna get everything that he asked for. It's lit. Happy birthday to Oda. D3 in the building. What's up, man?
Good, y'all. What's good? I gotta say, y'all some haters for last week for not wishing Chopper a happy birthday.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all some haters.
Damn. I forgot. You know what? You know what's the worst part, bro? You know what's the worst part? I deadass retweeted some birthday art from Chopper too, bro. I deadass retweeted some shit too.
It's just disrespect on my part, bro. Like,
damn, that's tough.
You've been there, bro. You the Chopper loyalist over here, bro.
I guess we're gonna wish Chopper a belated happy birthday.
Happy
I guess.
belated birthday, Chopper, yo. Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
It's good to be back, man. I missed that Christmas episode. But,
you couldn't make it last week, but it's all good. You know, it's Christmas. You had to handle the business, and we're glad to have you back now, man. That's all it is.
Yes, sir.
Last but not least, of course, YHuss in the building. What's going on, man?
Yeah, it was good, yo. I have to give a quick shout out for my boy yesterday. Cali Mac went crazy with a certain award show for everyone's favorite video game, Dragon Ball Fighters. Hey, he killed that shit, bro. You gotta know shit was sick.
Cali.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you guys.
Murdered that shit with little, you know, like he did it suddenly, wasn't super prepared, like as in like with all the time, and he still killed it. Had crazy production. This guy said low production, and then the video started playing. Like, oh, this is the new.
He was spit it out in the tux too.
Yo, the tux of the Dewey. The tux of the Dewey. Come on, man.
Yes, sir. That shit was cold.
So,
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I just remembered I still have the soundboard on from the event. I just played the applause. Y'all couldn't hear it because of the Twitch.
You
it was definitely mad lit. I apprause you guys. Thank you.
Yeah,
Definitely looking forward to doing more events with Dragon Ball and stuff. Hopefully we could do something like that with One Piece. That'd be real cool.
Bro, I was thinking, I know we were talking about it before, and like all of us spit it out would be sick. Yo, doing an award show.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Definitely gonna keep that in mind. We're not expecting to do a chapter this week. We got an unexpected drop a few days ago. Got the chapter leaked by TCB and other media outlets. So we're just gonna go ahead and go over 1071 because why not, right? We had a lot of revelations, a lot of stuff to go over. So we're just gonna get into it. I believe YHuss is gonna handle the summary today.
Yes, sir. I also realized that I think my Ethernet's fucking up, so if I cut out, then we can just go over it regularly. But I'll give it a shot and let's just give the one cutout limit. So if I cut out once, we just y'all just continue.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Copy.
All right, bet. So chapter starts 1071. Starts with Kuma flying through the sky, and he crashes into the red line. And I can only assume that he lands on Saboti. It's the only thing that makes sense. And the citizens see him, and they run away as they hear the PA system saying that Kuma's this what do they say actually? A villain or a cyborg, you don't know what he's up to. So, and then it goes straight back to Egghead, and then CP0 is continuing their mission by trying to take out Vegapunk. So what they're doing is cutting off escape routes, destroying the ships. The punks keep bittering about whether, they should retaliate or not. Lilith wants to fight. Pythagoras actually suggests calling on their other ally on the island, but Edison protests, saying that the person would have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. Vegapunk acknowledges that, but calls on them anyway, begging to be saved. The person on the line replies, "Of course, I've always been prepared for this order." Vegapunk asks the StrawHats gather there, so he's like, "I'm packed. Take all 7 of us along," and there's mixed reactions from Nami, Usopp, Frankie, and Sanji. We see Luffy's group chasing Bonnie, and she's really mad at Vegapunk still. And suddenly, an alarm blares out, and the island's PA system announces that the Frontier Dome is offline. It's been taken offline, and Labo Stratum is suddenly vulnerable. The punks are absolutely shocked, and Pythagoras confirms that there's no one being picked up in the control room by the detectors. But CP0's group is reacting similarly, and Luffy actually thinks it could be a trap. So they use Skywalk to confirm and jump up to the Labo Stratum. They recognize the Thousand Sunny. Kaku moves to destroy the ship, but wakes up Zoro, who blocks the new and improved Tempest kick. So back to the lab, Pythagoras gets the Frontier Dome back online and tells Shaka that it's too late, since the CP0 have already gotten in. They observe that Zoro's fighting the CP0 agents, Kaku specifically, but they need to back him up, otherwise their one route out of the island is over. Luffy's group reaches the lab, but Bonnie and Vegapunk are suspiciously missing. We see Vegapunk getting chased by her, and he says that he can't turn Kuma back to normal, but there's a good reason for it. He doesn't say good, he just says there's a reason for it. We flip to a whole new scene. The Kid Pirates come across a giant fish. Killer's looking at a paper, and he tells Kid that they're near land, and should they take a look around. And he surmises that it's probably the home of the Giant's Elbath, and Kid is just utterly shocked. In another scene flip, we see the G14 naval base on the phone with Vice Admiral Monkey D. Garp. Doll tells them that they're about to head to Egghead, so they can't spare any of their men. She asks Garp if he's cleared his offensive against an emperor with the top brass, and he replies, "Why would I?" And he reveals that he's literally already at the island. He tells him, "Come outside. They're gonna go to Pirate Island, take out the Blackbeard pirates, and try to save Kobe." So that's the chapter in a nutshell.
All right.
Oh, I made it through. Nice. I wasn't sure if I was still there.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Bless.
Yeah, so let's take it from the top. Go over everything. We'll start with Kuma at the red line. I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card for Kuma's destination. Any ideas, theories, thoughts, crafts?
It has to be
nothing.
I think it has to be honestly a mission another mission that was programmed into him that we're not privy of as of yet.
Do you think it's a mission from Vegapunk?
Nah, it's a mission from himself. So
something that he asked Vegapunk to put in him, type like with the ship. Okay.
Yeah, especially because like you can definitely tell like later on this chapter when Bonnie was coming at Vegapunk, he said I can't revert him, but there's a reason for that. So I feel like Vegapunk, there could be potentially a way to revert Kuma back, because I don't think that there. I don't know. I'm not convinced that Kuma's going to be stuck like this forever. But if there is a way to bring him back, Vegapunk is going to respect his wishes and not bring him back to his full consciousness because of what's going on with his mission, to some type of mission that he's trying to adhere to. At least that's what I think.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense, because they even said in this chapter his current purpose and programming are unknown, so we honestly don't know what he's here for, so because we all thought that he was going to be going to Egghead, right? I'm pretty sure that was the general assumption. So one thing that I realized, right, because they said, because we know Kizaru called for the Marines, right, to go to Egghead, and they sent all ships. Now we have another order saying that they need Marines and shit to go to Kuma. So I'm wondering if the fucking Marines are getting too all spread out too much, and something's gonna happen. You know what I mean? it's all these like little events here and there that are happening. Oda's definitely setting up for something big.
That's Loki an interesting point. I didn't even think about that.
There's definitely a lot of moving plot points. I think this is probably one of the busiest the world has been. It might be in the entire series, to be honest, because we're following a lot of different plot points right now.
There's a lot of stuff going on, because even outside of these two situations, we still have Kid pulling up the Elbaf. We've got Garp doing his thing, and then we've still got Law fighting Blackbeard. Like, there's a lot going on right now.
Well, yeah, but I also don't want to leave the Kuma thing, because although, like, I guess it could be the fact that he wanted to be here. I still haven't moved from the initial he wants to go to Egghead or something. Yeah. Because I actually completely feel like he didn't want to hit the red line. I think it was just in his way.
Yeah, that's what I thought at first too. When I was initially reading it, but we don't know.
We don't know. But when he uses his fruit, like he sent the StrawHats away, they land on the ground in a paw-shaped like hole, and they're not injured at all. Like Nami. Nami wouldn't be able to take that shit, right? Like they'd be dead, right? If the fruit didn't protect them. But like he hit the wall. Not even like
there's no Paul. There's no Paul. You're right.
There's no like, and he like maybe he like he's in his state. He doesn't have full control of his devil fruit or whatever. And he really could well be wanting to come to the red line, but he was already here. His business, like, nothing changed. He just was taken away for like 2 minutes, right? Or like a few weeks or whatever it may be. So yeah, like based on that, I feel like. I really do still like he was trying to go to Egghead. He was just in his way.
Where the revolutionary army is on.
Combat Queendom is on the first side of the Grand Line.
Okay, that was gonna be my question. Yeah.
I actually did some research for this chapter just to find that out, because I was like so perplexed. Because I still felt like he was going to Egghead, so I was like, where is the Combat Queendom? They said it's near Lelucia, because what's it called? That's what Bella Betty said on the phone to Sabo in chapter 904.
Right.
And Lelucia is in the Grand Line. It's in Paradise, aka the first half of the Grand Line. So they're near. They're in the first half. So if he was going to go that way to Egghead,
he would have to get through the red line.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. I guess. Yeah.
It could be red line, but me personally, I'm still sticking with the Egghead.
Okay.
I feel that.
Okay.
I think that's probably the only answers for now. But yeah, up next.
Yeah, there wasn't too much else to go over with that. So we get back to the dome. The place is locked down.
Can we talk about Lucci? Or what he said there? I refuse to accept StrawHat as an emperor. Yeah. Bro, he puts you to sleep, bro.
I'm saying he got focused so quick, bro. He's doing this shit out of spite, bro. He just can't take the second L, man.
That was crazy, bro.
I think so. I saw Morge's video of this chapter review, and I kind of agree. So I think that even though officially he has the title Emperor, and it's not the same as when Big News Morgan called him Emperor, we the audience was convinced, like, he's not there yet. But now we know he is on that tier, on that level. I think there are people that still kind of treat him like he's not there yet. Like, if you think about it, he doesn't command. Luffy still has yet to command the room in such a way that other Yonkos have. Wait, Loki, stop. Like Shanks, like when Shanks walks in into the room, it's like, everybody stops, admirals, chill. But for example, same admiral, Green Bull, he said, like, Kaido was a deterrent, and he clearly felt Shanks was a deterrent, but he was still confident of going after Luffy. Lucci right here is saying, I refuse to acknowledge him, even though even though he slept me or whatever. Mm-hmm. I feel like, and that sentiment has kind of been getting reiterated over and over. And I feel like this chapter, because you got it, I mean, not this chapter, but this arc, because you think about it, Wano was isolated. So people didn't see how Luffy became what it was. And you think about it, he has the same bounty as Kid and Law, who are not emperors. And we all agree that Luffy is above them. So that's why I think there's like a weird discretion where people are like having a hard time imagining Luffy as an emperor. But this is that arc where Luffy will probably like command the respect of people in the future to be like, oh yeah, he's definitely an emperor. And it goes back to what I also said when I told y'all that, like, even though Luffy slept Lucci. He did what brought Luffy to the the reason why I also think like Lucci is saying this is because he doesn't see the power even though he got slept. The thing that brought Luffy to Emperor level was his Conqueror's Haki and his Haki level. That's when he had the Haki clash with Kaido. All those different things is what made him a Yonko, not Gear 5.
I also think it's just Lucy just being fucking salty, bro. Like he's like, yo, I refuse for this motherfucker to be but like you were saying before though, even Kid and Laura, they're like, we're not gonna call you fucking Emperor. You know what I mean? You're a peer. Like shit.
Bonnie too was like, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly. So no, you're completely right on that. Like Luffy hasn't had that command yet, but that's gonna come because once the fucking whole fleet comes out, gets revealed, like all that shit, yo, everyone's gonna be like, oh shit, yo, fucking Luffy's OD, bro. Shit. So
once he sleeps, he's already this arc too.
Indeed. I definitely think that.
That's why I definitely feel like. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Callie. Go ahead.
I definitely think in this case with Lucci, I could definitely see how people would have a hard time in general accepting Luffy as Emperor, but in Lucci's case, it definitely feels like what Mr. said, like just inflated ego, and not being able to, accept what's in front of you, even though, like we all saw, he just got fucking washed.
Oh yeah, it's definitely inflated ego. It's still some there. I also still feel like some people still have a hard time seeing what is it about him that's a Yonko, because like Kaido said, like in
real life, or like Lucci, like One Piece world?
in the One Piece world, because we all know that like what makes an emperor, what made Luffy an emperor to us was the Haki clash between him and Kaido, which split the skies. Everybody knows in real life that when you see skies splitting, oh yeah, you're Yonko tier now. Because that's the only people who split skies. In the One Piece world, I'm pretty sure, because Kaido said so himself, what brings you to the top of the world is not your devil fruit powers, but it's your Haki, right? And Lucci experienced pretty much nothing but devil fruit shenanigans.
And basic armament Haki, yeah.
Yeah, so it's when Luffy, I personally do feel like Haki matters more than devil fruit. And when Luffy commands the room with his enhanced Conqueror's Haki, Rio, all that jazz, to get everyone to shut up, that's when they're like, oh shit, he is that guy. Damn, we need to stop. Because I mean, think about what ran Green Bull off. It was the freaking Wi-Fi Conqueror's Haki, like, bruh, like it's the Haki. I feel like is part of the thing that makes people see, like, oh shit, he's there, he's that guy. Let me stop. Like,
you think if Lucci experienced the Conqueror's Haki, would he give Luffy more respect?
Yes, I definitely think so. Or a more serious Luffy where he combines Rio, Conqueror's Haki, all that jazz, on top of his devil fruit. Not just like, it doesn't even have to be necessarily by themselves, but it's the thing that they have to in their minds see, like, oh, I can see this beating Kaido. Like, I can see this, like,
I think you're giving Lucci more credit than he deserves, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
I think so too, yeah.
That boy is salty as a motherfucker, bro.
Yeah, if Luffy didn't like go easy on him and he just like blitzed him one hit, boom, he couldn't get up, then Lucci would be like, okay, this ain't kind of nasty. I kind of see what you're trying to say. It's a fact, actually. Like, he went easy on him, so that's why he doesn't believe it.
Right, exactly. Like,
my man said, I'm losing consciousness, bro.
I know, bro. It makes no sense.
I know.
It's delusional, bro.
And he even acknowledged it. He was like, what insane power. Like, yeah, I see.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This nigga Lucci is talking through a mild concussion right now, bro. Like, he just...
He sees two copies right now, eh? Like, he's like, what's going on?
You see a 2P some week.
Bro, that's a good one.
Yeah, we had to acknowledge that. That was crazy, bro.
Okay.
But I also, one last thing, I also want to say what I feel like also supports a little bit of my hypothesis about, like, what this arc is about for, like, people to understand that he's a Yonko, is like kind of like how they're treating the chapter overall. Like, you know, those chapters or those episodes of One Piece where they introduce someone as like this big bad, oh no, like this guy is crazy, but then when they go up against the Straw Hats or the Straw Hats are there, they're kind of just like they get done-o, like it wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like the One Punch Man setup, basically.
yeah.
They're kind of getting One Punch Man here, if you think about it. Because later on, you know, Zoro, like the panel with Zoro sleeping and then him waking up and then just casually slicing away Kaku's Tempest Slash. That reminded me of the very beginning of the time skip when Zoro casually came up from the waters of the boat and it was casually slashed. And everyone was like, "What the? Like, what is this? Like,
Who is this nigga?" Yeah.
Like it reminds me of that. So it feels like the similar setup. I feel like it's set up like, oh yeah, that's that Yonko crew. Because even Vegapunk was Shaka was like, "Hey, Lilith, that's a true Yonko crew." Even she had a hard time believing it. Bonnie had a hard time believing it. They will show why they are a Yonko crew. Like, I'm telling y'all, that's what this arc is. One of the themes of this arc is going to be about. Like, okay, we became a Yonko crew. Now this arc is about why we're a Yonko crew to y'all. It's like that's what I feel like. That's what this is going to become.
I agree.
Also, roll back before, because I know that you went all the way to when Zoro. There's a bunch of other stuff that happened, right? So like, who turned off the fucking defenses? That's what I want.
Wait, let's go in order though.
You're going ahead, Mister. I didn't scroll past any of that.
Isn't that what they just said?
No, they're still like right after Lucci's thing. They still call that. They call that one nigga.
No, yeah. So they're saying this is the Lucci saying lock down the gates,
okay.
And then this is the guys up top just saying that they're gonna have to fight or whatever. And then they're just talking. Yeah, no, that didn't happen yet.
But they did mention that there is another ally, though.
Yeah, no, that's what was next. That's what I was about to. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
this is crazy to me, bro.
Vegapunk says that there's another ally that's been hidden on the island that he can call on. They say they've always been prepared for this order. They say that if this ally is risking themselves by helping Vegapunk, and that they'll have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. What are we thinking about this ally?
It has to be a criminal, or it's some type of pirate or an outlaw of some sort. Because they said, what did he say? Like, oh, is it okay because they're hiding from the world government, basically, right?
That's not how I interpreted it. Is that how y'all interpreted it?
Yes. No, I didn't. I agree with you, Callie. They're not on the world government's radar right now.
Right, yeah. When I said they have nowhere left to hide if they're in the government sites too. Like if they're also in the government sites, on top of whoever's sites that's already on them, they'll have nowhere left to hide. To me, that sounds like they're in someone else's sites and they're hiding from Vegapunk. But if they now get in the government sites as well, it'll be an issue, or they won't have nowhere left to hide.
But wouldn't that still make them? Oh, are you saying like in the government sites in the sense that like, oh, they're
looking for them right now? Yeah.
Oh, not necessarily that the government will want them.
Yes. Because basically, if they expose themselves, because the government if they expose themselves, the government will be alerted to their presence. You know what I mean?
Right. Immediately, yeah, they'll be like, yeah, we got to get them.
Basically, so there's someone else. There's another party looking for them.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I know. I was talking to this with my family because they're all into One Piece last night, and
that's so fire, bro. Let me just say that's so fire.
That is mad cool. I can't lie.
We were all taking shots, and they were like, "All right, this time we got to talk about this chapter." And then we all, just got in the circle and just started, talking. And then I know some people. Well, I was saying now that I'm rereading it. At first, I thought it might have been Sabo, but the stuff that happened with Sabo was too recent, right? My one cousin was like, he thought it was Dragon, but they were talking to Dragon before, and I feel like it wouldn't be so
definitely not.
Like
no, he can't be on that because we know where Dragon is.
Exactly.
And then he said, "Of course, I've always been prepared for this order." Like
that line fucks me up, bro.
That's what makes me think right now.
That I've always been prepared for this order. So it's someone that's been away for a while. So I know. In the One Piece chat, we were also talking about the third from Roger's crew, Scooper.
Scopper Goblin, yeah.
Yes, you know, that could be a possibility. You know, and then I know someone said Saul too, but like.
I also disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
We know he's on Elbath. Well, we
I don't know what Saul's gonna do, bro. Saul's just gonna get
I'm saying, bro.
Was he a vice admiral back then?
Yeah.
What?
20 years is a long time, bro.
That's true. It's true.
All right, hear me out real quick.
Ooh, okay, Callie, what you got?
Goldie Roger.
Nigga. Part 2 of this shit. Shut up, bro.
It's gonna be on some shit.
Bro,
that's not gonna be hype, bro. They're about to escape, and Lucci surrounded them in their corner. They don't know what to do, and then out of nowhere, bro, Goldie Roger with the smile smacks Lucci in the face.
Nah, that nigga dead, bro.
Says, make way for the new king of the pirates.
I'd low-key be sick. I'm not gonna lie, I'd low-key be sick, bro. I saw it, like, I'd be sick, bro. I'd be like, nah, what is this guy doing, bro? Nah, bro. But I actually have a real suggestion. Okay, before I really read the line where he said, I've always been prepared for this order. And actually, low-key, now I think about it, it's still kind of, I could spin it if I wanted to. But before that line, I was like, okay, someone who is not in the world government sites, because I wasn't worried about the who else. I was like, okay, the government's not looking for them. So I was thinking, like, and there's another ally, right, bro? I said it in the Twitter chat. So actually, D3 probably wouldn't have heard this. Twice now that they showed the G14 base with Tashigi, they haven't shown Smoker.
You did say this.
Like, I don't believe in it now. Before it was like a 10%. Now it's like less than 1. But like, they haven't shown him. He did go talk to Vegapunk. We know that.
We know Smoker went to talk to Vegapunk.
That was Punk Hazard. We know that he was on their way, and now they're right beside it, right?
Okay.
So I know Punk Hazard was a long fucking time ago, so there's no way he hasn't, at least unless something happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we know that we talked to him, and we know the whole Smoker's whole theme is like seeing the gray of things, right? Like in Punk Hazard, the end of Punk Hazard, after they beat Caesar, they're literally having a party, and Oda is so on the nose. He draws a line between the pirates and the Marines, and by the end of it, the pirates and Marines are just walking over the line. No one gives a fuck, right? Like, so that's kind of like on the nose symbolism from Oda, showing that Smoker's character arc is kind of him seeing how Luffy is exposing the world government's willingness to like hide the evil things in the world and whatnot, and really just want to maintain control. He even said about Fujitora when he bowed to King King Riku in Dressrosa. Yeah. He's like, I couldn't have done all that he did. Like, I couldn't have turned everything around. Because so he's gonna, at the end of the day, Smoker is gonna turn on the world government in some capacity, way or whatever, right? So I just think, like, I thought it could have been him, but even then I was only 10%. And then the way the guy answers, of course, I've always prepared for his order. Smoker doesn't fucking talk like that. That nigga will be like, say less. Like, you're right, like, and then we talk about like they're in everyone else's sites, but not the world governments. I low-key think okay, before I say that, actually another one I've heard someone say is again, Maud, you probably saw this on more of the chapter reviews. Someone mentioned that it could be the real consciousness of Kuma, whoever has
I was
now.
just about to say that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
you heard that too as well?
No, I was really just.
Oh, you thought of it? Okay, you're a savage.
Because of what they were talking about earlier, how Vegapunk was like, there's a reason for that. When Bonnie was asking him, I was asking him to return her father, back to how he was.
Yeah.
So like in my head, I'm like, what if fucking the whole time he's been like duplicating his brain on this island, right? Like, or some shit, or content, like you said, and like he's just been hiding in like a better body or like something ready for this moment or some shit like that.
The reason I find that one hard to believe is that it leaves the current Kuma, like the one we see in the beginning chapter, in like a bit of a weird spot, right? If he's really on autopilot, because that's what Mord said. The commentator that wrote that said that, because if the real consciousness is in this body, that means Kuma is legitimately like a shell. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, but
that's our understanding of him, right? But that kind of like that sucks, you know. Like, it would be a Vegapunk saying like, I really can't save that body.
But exactly, and but it explains also that like why he protected the Straw Hat ship, because that's still a mystery. Like why, like back when it was the time skip, all these pre-consent like programming already. So like I don't know, Oda could pull out anything, you know what I mean?
He could. So, he really could. But here's the one that you guys want to hear. The one that I low-key believe in right now.
Ooh, okay.
I think there's a strong possibility when you consider the line, everyone cites but the world governments right now currently. Bro, what if this is the man marked by flames? If there's someone everyone's looking for, it would be the person, like Kid said, the person that can help you get to Raftel, right? That was the Kid and Killer's conversation, was this man marked by flames is you. If you want to get serious about Raftel, you have to find him.
Okay, but didn't we say before that we thought that was Jagger or Saul?
Nigga, this is how the scientific method works, bro. You fix your hypothesis, right?
Right. I'm about to say process of elimination.
But no, it could be Saul, right? But like I said, like Saul, his information isn't different than any other Giants or Vegapunk who read the O'Hara library, right? And we know that Vegapunk has a ton of void century knowledge and stuff like that. I don't know. I just feel like, because this specifically, everyone but the world government is looking for this nigga. Who matters but the world government? When they talk about the world's powers, it's the world government and then pirates, right? The Yonko and the warlords. The person who's gonna find the One Piece is gonna change the world, gonna bring history on their shoulders. So who gives a fuck? If the world government's not looking for you, who else is really in the world other than pirates and the revolutionaries, right? Like really, I'm trying to think like what other groups matter, you know? So I think this could be the man marked by flames if he's in everyone's sights, if the pirates are looking for him.
That's a good hypothesis.
But yeah, it's off one fucking line, so probably not gonna happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's anyone's game. This is the one thing I did think about though is like another thing that kind of helped me try to figure it out was the whole escape should be easy as pie now.
Yes,
so,
I think God is strong as well.
So I'm thinking this person is strong, and I'm thinking like, okay, so earlier y'all said Smoker, and unless he got a major amp, I don't think he can take Lucci.
Yeah, you're spitting.
Yeah. So it has to be someone that is like that they have profound confidence in, like, because that reassurance is like, you know, that's like, whoo, okay, it's be easy now, like let's go, like, but that Scopper Cabal one was interesting. But I swear, every time like we get a mystery like this, Scopper Cabal is always brought up.
But, man marked by flames and everything, yeah.
Right, yeah. But I mean, it's possible. The man marked by flames, Scopper Cabal, potentially a whole new character that we never ever seen before.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like personally, I think it's either gonna be Sabo or a new character. Like those are the only two that make sense to me.
Sabo is decent, bro. Sabo was decent for me. It's a bit crazy because he was, like we said, he's in the Grand Line when that happened, right? And that was right before. That was unless I'm fucking up the timelines, because I don't remember if they said a certain time difference in the because the chapter Luffy saw Bonnie in the SHRATS, that was the same chapter that Sabo got smoked, right? Quote unquote, and that was right before he got to the island, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like timelines don't match up unless there's like a time thing I'm missing. Like unless it said like 2 weeks later or some shit like that, which I'm not sure. Maybe it did.
No.
I don't think it did.
No.
I'll go back and check throughout the review.
It might have actually, because I think
that's what I'm thinking.
I think the chapter ended with the whole Sabo, right? The thing. And
no,
then
it was opposite. It was opposite.
Was it?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm low-key right, because I believe that the chapter started with Luffy telling them his dream, and then they show Sabo, and then they show them find Bonnie at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of proves me right, but I'll check anyway. But yeah, so I think Sabo's a bit decent of a. Man, what the fuck? What chapter is this called? Oh, Luffy's.
Because my only thing is, if it happened at that same time, because we then see fucking Rob Lucci and he's like talking about the event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, because it just happened, right? Yeah, that's you're spitting actually. Like, he's like, so now that just happened, is that why we're going after Vegapunk? So Lucci just happened, and he was in the Grand Line, right? So that's far away. So Sabo was a bit deezed, and if Sabo was here, he would just tell Luffy. He's like, bro, your bro's here. Yeah, and I still have that theory that like that whole island got basically teleported somewhere, whether it's skies or in an alternate dimension. That's why, in fact, probably if Vegapunk leaves with the Straw Hats, he can probably help, get to said places or whatever. Because I don't think Sabo's dead. I think he either escaped or he got teleported away. And if he escaped, I don't think Vegapunk would be calling him. Personally, I think he would just go back to Dragon because he was trying to tell Dragon about the freaking king. Yeah, so he would have contacted them. Actually, you're right. If he was on the island, Vegapunk would have given him the ability to contact.
Exactly.
Because even the revolutionists are like, man, where the fuck is this guy? Right? Like, we don't know where he is. Yeah, like I don't know why. I found the chapter, by the way. It says so the Sabo thing happens, and then it says a few days later they're in the icing sea when then they see Bonnie. So it's literally right after. Yeah.
So the timeline does not match up for Sabo. I do wonder if it's. I feel like it might be someone we just don't fucking know. Which for me would be the Member Clips.
Now that you said that, right? There was one pirate that was mentioned to the Straw Hats, right? To have treasure in Fishman Island that they mentioned him, and we've never seen anything else about, right? A legendary pirate, fucking Davy Jones. Am I thinking about someone else?
No, I think I know what you're talking about. I'll just search up Davy Jones One Piece.
Yeah, because like I remember them specifically mentioning this legendary pirate that like, you know, that they had the treasure of, but like we never heard anything of. Like, what if it's this pirate that's also been fucking, like, you know, like we said, someone that we've heard of, and we just not know anything of. I don't know. Like, it's.
You're not talking about the. Wait, you're not talking about the pirate that Buggy was, whose treasure was. What's his name?
No.
John. Okay.
No. Oh wait, what was that one? I could be wrong. That's why I'm asking.
What was it? Was it Long John or John Silver? Something
Long
like
John
that.
Silver?
No,
The fish place?
Nah, but John something. I forgot.
Yeah, Captain John. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
yeah.
He's actually he was on the Rocks Pirates. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but the thing is that like we saw him dead at
On the park. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not him, but Mr. It's kind of hazy, but I do.
It is hazy. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know, I wasn't sure because like Oda, like, I mean, just early before the pod, fucking, we found out today that Goldie Roger was based off of a French pirate, right?
Oda can go anywhere with that.
So, you know, I'll let YHuss say the name because I don't know how to say it.
Olivier Levasseur.
Ooh, God, my goodness. I'm bringing out the French, bro. This is nice. But you know, Oda got everyone questioning right now.
Yeah, like I think one thing people talk about the chapter is that like a few of the developments like we would have no idea, especially the end, right? Like no one would have had that on their card.
Right.
So
we
Oda can go anywhere.
Yeah, we keep pushing them because we spend a lot of time on these guesses. So we know the guy is coming. The Stellar unit, the OG Vegapunk tells them to pack the things and to bring all 7 of them with them. We switch to Bonnie chasing Vegapunk, trying to hit him, and then we find out that the Frontier Dome is offline.
Crazy.
Yeah, we don't know. We have no idea why or what happened to make the Frontier Dome go offline.
Yeah, because everyone was shook, bro.
Yeah,
and,
right.
like all the Vegapunks were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Right.
I think it was a mystery person.
The mystery person? You think that was them?
Dude, CB0 has no idea who it was either.
yeah, exactly.
But the fact that the Vegapunks don't know either, you think they would know?
exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I'm with Callie on that one.
So there's
Like, this is their
third
island.
party
They made this
on the
island. Who else would know more than them?
Right.
But look, it says no one's in the control room, but still the Frontier Dome was offline, right? Like,
Does that mean
Could've
it
been-
was? Does that mean it was controlled remotely though?
This spot down.
Or
But
it could have been
it's
someone
okay.
that could move at the speed of light, you know, get in, get out.
that's what I was thinking, like someone who was in and out. I also believe that. But yo, another thing to think about is that the reason it could be this mystery person is that they would have the ability to even turn it off. Like, I'm sure the Vegapunk control, the Frontier Dome isn't just some easy, like, the button says turn off, right? Like it's not like that, I'm sure.
I mean, it makes sense, but I can't get around Vegapunk's reaction, like, especially considering he was just the one that called the mystery person.
But he didn't even call this person to talk about the operation or anything. He just called them because they needed help. They weren't even gonna call them for help originally. They were just gonna like allow them, or I don't know what the fuck the plan was for that nigga actually.
Yeah.
But like I think that kind of shows that like they only call him an ally. They didn't even call him like some sort of. It just seems like they're kind of disconnected. They didn't even think he would help.
Yeah, I guess I can see where YHuss coming from, because it could be like, hey, could you help us? And he's like, yeah, I've been waiting for this. And he's like, okay, yeah, and then just shit starts happening. He's like, wait, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, and I'm not saying he's trying to hurt them or anything. But like, because he could be doing it his own way. He's like, no, I want them in so I can fuck them up, and then boom, no more problem, right? Like, who knows like what his motivations are.
Right. Yeah, that's why Rob Lucci is over here like, wait, it might.
Yeah,
be
that's the big thing. The
Like,
CB0 niggas are like.
Yeah, like
See,
it
like,
feels too convenient. Like
CB0 is shocked, and the the Vegapunks are shocked. We only know one other party on the island. Unless there's
respect it. I can't see him being that surprised, knowing if he doesn't know. I feel like if you're gonna call them, you have to have at least an idea of what they're capable of. I feel like it's very unlikely that Vegapunk does not have a single soul idea what this mystery person is capable of. Otherwise, he wouldn't have called on him.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right. Yeah, because you're
wait,
right.
what do you mean when you say they're capable of?
Because
you're saying that this mystery person is the reason why the Frontier Dome is offline, right? And since nobody's in the control room, we have to assume that it's of their own Volcora, of their abilities or whatever the case may be.
Okay, I understand.
Right? So I'm saying I find it weird that Vegapunk would not have a single idea of what this person's abilities were, what they're capable of, including shutting down their whole defenses and call on them,
Especially since the Vegapunk earlier said escape should be easy as pie now. So clearly it's a strong person.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that is something. Yeah.
So I agree.
Okay, so you guys are saying that like so Vegapunk knows this person's abilities, that they know they're strong, right? And so since they have no inkling that like it could have been them, that it most likely was not them.
Yeah, that's
why.
That's
very understandable. I agree.
My off the dome guess would probably be like Kizaru.
I see what you did there with the dome, by the way.
You love to see it.
You know what gets me a little questioning though? It was the panel when they said with Lucy, they said this was sudden. If those deterrents are really down, there's a golden chance. Lucy, that one's like, wait it might be a trap. Doesn't this malfunction sound a little too convenient? And then we see Stussy with the question mark. So I'm curious as to, because we know Stussy knows more than she lets on, right? So what if she knows who's there also? I mean, I don't know.
That is like a reaction to remember.
Yeah.
What if it's her helping out her former Mads?
Yo. But then but she wouldn't be like surprised then, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a surprise. It's like no, yeah, it's a question mark. Yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah,
what
the fuck?
Yeah. You're right.
Like pondering. What if because I said no one, and Atlas is huge, and Atlas is taking it. Because someone could have pre-programmed, because we saw Atlas get taken away. What if it was reprogrammed by someone, and then they were controlling it, but.
That's a stretch. That's a really big stretch.
Yeah, I think, and Alice wouldn't be able to she would use the control room, right? Like,
exactly. No, exactly, and that's why I was like, Alice was a huge robot, so.
No, it's we got to go through all the guesses, bro. This is why we're here. But okay, then so D3 says Kizaru potentially. That's not a bad guess at all. Like he was
already on the way to the island, and the nigga literally moves light speed. Like he could have
just
jumped in the second that they left.
But the thing though is that Vegapunk has worked with Kizaru's powers before, right?
That's kind of facts as to why.
He would have a defense for that.
No, but if you think about it, that would be why that would be how he moved into the control room without no one seeing him, knowing where it was,
definitely possible.
And turning it off.
Yeah.
Because like you said, move the speed of light. He was in and out.
But the dome defense was on before though, and then it was
but they went through the door, or they like teleported into the like it could be someone who like went upstairs right through the rock. You know what I mean? Like
okay, yeah, no,
because the Frontier Dome is the way to get like around the island from above. I feel like that's what it is. So there's still ways to get upwards,
Mm.
But if it's not the third person, then who do you guys think it is?
If it's not the third person and it's not Kizaru.
I mean, you could say Kizaru if you believe it.
One guess
I don't know if I agree with Kizaru either.
I don't think it's Kizaru either.
Yeah. One guess I kind of had was when we were talking a little bit about Lilith being someone that betrayed them, and potentially she hijacked the control room via modification to be able to remotely control it or whatever. That's a thought. I don't think I believe it, but it's a thought that just came up. So
I know that's kind of fair actually, because she does say when she picks up that gun or whatever, she's like, "We looked at it. We had to go to war after all. Right. It is convenient for her."
Yeah,
not
so that's why.
Guy.
Yeah, so that's why I'm a little bit.
Everything, bro.
Yeah, but
all right, bro. This nigga, we are suspecting everyone, bro. Yeah, but again, this is again one of those things where we simply will just have to see.
Yep, that's all it is. So the Frontier Dome is off. They all get up to the top. They notice Straw Hat ship. Kaku tries to hit a little kick slice, and Zoro wakes up mid-sleep and just deflects it with ease. And we get a quick little rematch between Renoa and Kaku.
Yep.
Bro, Kaku's lucky Lucian's still there.
Kaku got that PTSD right now.
His face.
Yo, I
He's
really
so
never
shook.
understood. Like, yeah, that's the only answer. He must be scared, bro, because like he can't be surprised to see Zoro on the fucking Straw Hat ship. Like, what? Dude?
Look, man, I'd be scared
Oh,
too if I got
oh,
pulled that hard.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He cut this thing up. Like, that makes sense.
Bro, Zoro turned into 3 niggas and had 9 swords, bro. Like, I'd be scared too.
Yo, he had him like, oh, this is a beastly aura, nigga. It's like, bro, just say you're scared, bro. Like,
I'm saying.
nah, that makes sense. So yeah, light work for Zoro, but like again, Lucian, Sustenance probably gonna help out.
I mean, hold up. I do think it's reasonable for him to be surprised that Zoro was on the ship. I mean, they legitimately thought that just a second ago that Lucci was like, okay, so we destroyed all these ships, we could just destroy this one, like whatever. I'm pretty sure he said that in a nonchalant way, thinking like no one was on the ship, and because it wouldn't make sense for Lucci to have this demeanor and just look like, okay, someone's on the ship, but we could destroy it. You know what I mean? Like,
that doesn't not make sense. But like, I'm just like, I feel like his reaction is not justified. Like, it's like, bro, like he is so surprised, bro. I mean, to me, it just doesn't make sense. Like, he's so shocked. It was just stupid, bro. But
Also, is it still?
it must have been like, oh, no one too.
I mean, yeah, I think it's both. I think it's a combination of both. He's like, a little bit petrified that Zoro's there, and then on top of that, like, he probably didn't expect Zoro to be on the ship. They probably thought the Straw Hats were roaming
all
around
in there,
somewhere.
right?
Yeah. So I think it's a combination of both. Like, maybe a little bit of both, but yeah.
His shock is utterly shocked me.
Is it still technically a 2v1 because Burke is on the ship too?
Yo, we don't see anything about Brooke because we go back, we move forward, and the Vegapunk bodies are monitoring the situation, and then we just see Zoro fighting Kaku, but we don't see Brooke or anything.
Yeah, because I thought he was on the ship with.
Yeah, he was on the ship.
He is on the. He was. Or
he still might be. Maybe he's like, yo, Zoro, you got this, bro.
Just chilling. Yeah. So there, Kaku and Zoro are duking it out. Luffy and Chopper and Jinbei end up meeting up. The rest of the Straw Hats. And then Bonnie's not with them because she ends up chasing Vegapunk. Yeah, but they all reunite and they all get put together on what the plan is, what they're gonna do. And then that's when we see Bonnie chasing Vegapunk. We get some interesting dialogue, right? Because Bonnie tells Vegapunk or asks him if he can change her dad back, and he says, "Sorry, I just can't, but there's a reason for that." So I think this goes back to what we were saying in the beginning of the chapter, right? How that reason might have something to do with Kuma right now and the way he's acting. I believe one of you guys said that. I might be mistaken.
Yeah, we were talking about how like if this mystery person or whatever is Kuma, like his real consciousness, that would be why he can't turn this Kuma back to normal or some shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Something to think about.
Yeah, we just there's like kind of little for us to go off of with this line.
Okay. That was actually it for the Vegapunk Island, Egghead Island aspect of the chapter. Then we switch to a couple different perspectives. We start out in the New World waters on a ship. We get a vision of Killer, so we find out we're on Kid's ship. It tells them that they're near land, and they find out that the island is probably the home of the giants, Elbaf. Pretty big development. I think we already kind of knew, but it was something that we didn't really think about because we found out that Law was going to Blackbeard's Island, and we found out that Luffy was going to Egghead. And we had already, before they had set off, when they had found out that they were going in 3 different directions, we had already found out from the SBSs and the in-between, what were they called? The special chapters we got when Oda was on break for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Road
to Laugh Tale. Yes, thank you. So we found out from the Road to Laugh Tale the name of the 3 islands that Law, Kid, and Luffy were going to go to. So we knew that one of them was Elbaf. We just, And once we found
We didn't
out
know
that, we didn't know. But the thing is, once we found out that Law was on Blackbeard and Luffy was on Egghead, we could have theorized the kid was going to end up at Elbaf.
Well,
but it was just
I don't think we knew that Law was on Blackbeard.
We thought initially we had thought that Law was going to Elbaf.
no. But what I'm saying is, after
we knew that one of them was going to be on one of the fucking three.
No. What I'm saying is, after we read the chapter that Law was on Blackbeard, and after the chapter came out that Luffy was on Egghead, we could have made the assumption that Kid was gonna head to Elbaf, but it was just never talked about because there was so much going on.
Yo, Callie, we didn't know that. We still don't know if Law is on Blackbeard Island. We just know that Blackbeard intercepted him.
Well, to back up Callie here, I do think he's right, because like the fact that remains is that Blackbeard knew himself that one of those three was coming his direction. He said so. He was like to Law, I knew one of you.
His direction though. He said.
I'm with Mr. I don't think he said his direction. He just said one of y'all are going this direction.
Yeah, like and then he was ready and ambushed them.
But is Law okay? So is where Blackbeard and Law are right now? Is that not close to Pirate Island?
We don't know that.
Pirate Paradise.
We don't know.
Wait. Where are they right now?
Bro, we don't know.
Oh, wait, I you definitely did just say you don't know. So
yeah, we really don't know, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna go back to that chapter.
I
thought they were on Pirate Island. I ain't gonna lie.
Also, remember, Egghead Island wasn't the island that they were going, that the StrawHats were going to. That was like there, like unknown. You know what I mean? They fell upon Egghead Island.
Well, yeah, no one knew that they were going to end up on Egghead Island. Hell, we didn't even know Egghead Island even existed.
Exactly, because it's a top fucking research for the government facility.
That's surrounded in fog as well as on top of that, like all that clouds, all that. But the thing is that
Cali 1063, by the way.
Thank you.
But the thing is that, like, what I'm saying though is it doesn't make sense for them to not be not by Egghead, Pirate Paradise, because of the fact that, like, you know, we know at the end of the chapter who's going to that place to confront Blackbeard. So it doesn't make sense unless Blackbeard did that much quick work to Law and he's already chilling on Paradise, like right now as we speak. I
female Law. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think that they're not near a Pirate Paradise, because that, to me, that doesn't make sense.
Yo, Van Alger can warp first and foremost, right? That we were talking about how he was just in the other side of the red line, and he was versus Boy Hancock.
Yeah.
But we also did theorize, because Oda showed us the map. We all said that Paradise Island, that Pirate Paradise was one of the options, that one of the
yeah.
But
think about it. Like, Luffy's the one near that.
Wait, so this is not saying anything about the island that they're on.
It says all it says is a certain sea in the New World.
Yeah, that was all it said. I don't think you can.
We can. Yeah, no. But we just don't know that. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I think I feel like there's enough evidence to support this being Pirate Island. I'm not gonna lie.
Awful. What?
You can believe it what you want.
I'm about to say, Callie, I think that's a little bit too it's too nebulous.
But like, I don't see where else it would. I mean, I guess I
actually agree with your overall thing. We knew one of them was gonna go to Elbaf.
Yeah, like
my only point is that we just don't know where Law is.
But still, to Callie's point though, I still think he has something there, because the point is that, like, you know, Luffy, whether we knew it or not, he is now definitively on Egghead Island. He's been on Egghead Island for how many chapters now? Like what? Like, it's been 10 chapters or whatever since he's been on Egghead Island. And then on top of that, you got like Law. He's dealing with Blackbeard, which, even if you want to say he's not near Pirate Paradise or whatever, that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, all three of them split up. They didn't go to the same direction.
All I'm saying is, before, like, when that information was released, right? They showed the map, and then we had to reverse it, because we had to like talk about, like, who, because it wasn't given it to us, you know, like, directly, right? Because they talked about the direction that they were going in, and we had thought that Law was going to Elbaf. That's all I was saying before. Like, and then Kid was going to be the one going to fucking Pirate Island, but clearly that is not the case, because fucking Kid is at Elbaf. So
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, based off of the fact that they split up, none of them are close. Or I'm assuming none of them are like directly on top of each other, like not two of them.
Right.
So because of the fact that they showed that one person was going through the middle, one person took the left, one person took the right, we assume they
that's what I've been saying the whole time.
Guys, I can actually prove that.
And that's what Callie. That's what I'm trying to say, like to support Callie's claim that we could have made the inference once Luffy got there, because we knew where Law, even if he wasn't on Paradise, he was somewhere that, you know, was dealing with Blackbeard, and Luffy was like, you know, he's here. So it wouldn't make sense that like he was like a kid, you know, being in the complete opposite directions. And like you said, YHuss, Luffy is probably closer to he might be closer to Paradise than Kid is. So the last inference is he's probably is on Elbaf. That's why I'm saying there is something there to put that together.
I actually, if Kylie, if you go to chapter 1056, the page where it's Kid, Law, and Luffy are all looking at the log post. It kind of shows that, like, I think me and Mista are on the right track, but I have to explain it looking at the thing. So I have to wait for Kylie to give me the thing.
Long ass chapter, bro.
I know. But yeah, this right here. Okay, so. If you go up, yeah, this right here. So if you go up to Law on the top left right there. Northeast is the most direct route, right? So Law picks northeast. So he's going far to the left, right? And so Kid and Luffy both say the middle like clowns. And then if you go down a little bit, Callie, just it's the same page but down a little bit. Luffy loses the draw versus Kid, and Kid picks the middle. So based on where they all leave, Law goes the furthest from Luffy. So Law isn't even going the same direction as Luffy, and Luffy's the one who's on Egghead, which is near G14, which is right beside Pirate Island.
Yeah.
So Law's the furthest, and he's not even close to that. So Law didn't even go near Pirate Island. But I still do agree that one of them was going Law or Kid. We just didn't know which.
Wait, so then that just disproves the whole fucking Road to Laughtail map then.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. All that thing showed us was that which one were close. That's it.
I think at the end of the day, both of y'all are right. Like Law.
I didn't disagree with Callie's main point. I'm just saying that Law definitely did not go to Beehive Island. I had no reason to know that.
Callie's main point is correct, but the minute detail of Law being at Paradise is more of YHuss.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Correct on that.
Yeah, I had no reason to believe.
Two things could be true at the same time.
I'm mad confused. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
But okay, well, I kind of still want to explain a little bit if you're confused. But just like, Callie, I don't think we they told us where they were each going. We just saw the map and we knew what islands were close. That's it.
If you talk about from the map from the Road to Laughtail.
It was off some random Twitter tweet that had it, but we just knew that Pirate Island was close and it was Elbaf, right? And there was some other island, which I'm not sure which. Maybe Lodestar? Yeah, I think it was Lodestar Island. And Law even says that's the most direct route. So I think he's trying to go to Lodestar Island, which is the last island on the Grand Line. It's just that, like, that's it. Yeah, they didn't tell us which direction we were going. We didn't know who was going to which. We just kind of guessed based off this map.
I've been talking off the information that I was told, and that was that from the Road to Laughtail was that we knew the 3 arcs around.
But yeah, look, like if you go up a little bit and look at the map here, like it's clearly because we saw Pirate Island and then Elbaf and I guess the last island, which would be Lodestar, but we just didn't know that Egghead and Pirate Island were right beside each other. Like that. Like that's kind of what we're missing. Like,
well, so the 3 islands were Egghead. So the 3 islands have to be Egghead, Elbaf, and then
and then Lodestar or some shit. Yes, exactly. Luffy went the general direction of Pirate Island.
Bro, what? Oh, I give up. Whatever. I give up, bro.
That was a fucking 10-minute tangent for one answer.
I'm hella confused. Would it be like that? All right, where do we leave off? I don't even remember. So we
Kid going
right? Yeah. Was there anything else you guys wanted to speak on about Kid going to Elbaf?
No, I think we are going to get a collab of some sort because, like, you know, we know Luffy's going to Elbaf. I mean,
I feel like because I was thinking about this a lot, and I think we have to finish the chapter because there's so much about like the current setup, and I'm not sure what's going to happen next. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you see what I'm saying.
Let's just run through it because we definitely let's just finish the chapter. We can get all our thoughts out.
I feel like it's kind of together. But yeah, some hard snaps. Crazy.
Yeah, so we go back to G14. We see the new Marine Best girl. I can't remember her name, but she's best girl.
No.
Doll. It's right in front of me too. We see the new Marine doll. She's talking to somebody on the phone. We don't know who they are, but they say that they're on the way and need to get ready because we're about to head out.
She's talking to Garp, no?
What?
I thought she was talking to Garp.
I was trying to build up to it, Mister. Thank you.
Oh, my bad.
So the person on the phone pulls up. We find out it's Garp. He says that there's an order for all ships to head to Egghead in order to assist Kizaru. But Garp says, screw all that. We're going to Pirate Island and we're going to save Kobe. And yeah, that's the end of the chapter. So, find out Garp's in the mix now.
Crazy, bro. Fucking no one.
Really sick
no
revelation, yeah. Yeah, what you guys thinking?
I kind of feel like Garp will get folded. I'm not gonna lie.
No lie, I didn't. You know what's crazy, D3? When I first read this part, my very first thought, and I kicked myself as soon as I thought it, was like, "What's this nigga really about to do, bro?"
I'm still thinking that,
shit, but like, what is he really about to do, bro? Against fucking.
It's him, and he's got Hell Meppo with him, bro. He's going on Pirate Island. We don't know what niggas is on the island. They getting folded.
I will say that Law. If they do end up. You know what? I'm gonna take that back because what I was gonna say was under the assumption that they were on Pirate Island because that was the assumption I've had until we had this discussion today. I would assume that Law would be involved in the mix. You know what I mean?
I think he will be.
Only thing I can see is like.
Go ahead.
The only thing I can see is like this whole thing with Garp going to Pirate Island ends up with him and Luffy teaming up to take down Blackbeard or something. I don't know.
My thing is, if they're not on Pirate Island, like you guys say they're not, then Garp isn't going to run into Blackbeard with Law unless.
But no, but that's kind of what Straw was saying earlier. But like, but the thing is, bro, these niggas have a warp fruit.
Yeah, they could get anywhere from because of this warp fruit now. Like, so I do think we will see Law. Like, I think Law lost, right, to Blackbeard. That's because it was looking bleak.
Yeah, he's gonna lose. Yeah.
Well, I do believe he's gonna be in prison on Pirate Island with Kobe,
I'm
and
with you.
to get together.
Okay, no, that makes sense. No, but that's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying? I don't see the battle moving from one island to another. Even with the warp fruit, they wouldn't have any reason to warp mid-battle back to the island. You know what I'm saying? The only reason it would happen is if the battle is done and Law is captured. But then I could see Garp, coming in and then freeing him and then doing like a little pirate team up.
Yeah, sure. I think like the warp fruit is gonna like make things a bit easy. Like if they go to Pirate Island, Blackbeard is there, it's easy to think like, okay, they just teleport back. Like,
bro,
something.
I just thought it's so dumb.
Oh boy.
Well, I was thinking when I first before you go, when I first read this, right? And like how you're saying, like, what is Garp gonna do? We know Garp is strong, sure, but I believe he will free Kobe, but at the same time he's gonna get smoked, and then that's gonna be the one that sets Luffy off.
Nah, I don't think Garp is getting aced here.
I completely agree.
I hope not. I'm just saying it's definitely possible though.
Oda is too much of a chicken to kill
spitting.
He's too much of a chicken to kill off someone that's important to Garp. Garp is of the same tier of importance of like an ace. He's not like Peckham's or something. Peckham's was like, he's not of the same importance or whatever. The setup that Oda used for Ace to get killed off or whatever, it had a lot of setup, a lot of lead, and all that other stuff. I don't think Garp is just simply going to go up there and get folded and then die. That'd be weird.
No, obviously not. I mean, obviously, it's Garp. You know what I mean? It's obviously not going to get.
I've never feared for anyone's life.
I don't know.
I do think that there is something to be said about Blackbeard not being there now, even though he does have a teleport fruit, because the reason why Garp is so confident with going there is because Aokiji is probably there with Kobe, having him cuffed or whatever.
This is a big point.
Yeah, so, and that goes into even further if Garp is the leader of Sword. If like the whole law is sword theory or whatever, if Garp, that theory said that Garp was the leader of Sword. So if Aokiji is undercover, which I think most of us agree that he is, or think at least have a high inference of him being undercover, that's the reason why Garp is so confident, because he knows from his intel with Aokiji that Blackbeard isn't even there in the first place.
That is also a great point.
That is a great point.
I agree.
There's so many routes it could go.
Yeah,
like they might not be back, and he might just go like that. That's such a good point, man. I didn't even realize. Another reason that I feel like that supports kind of like Law actually being there with Blackbeard and Blackbeard being back. Bro, I'm gonna keep saying it. The Rocky Port agenda, man. Nigga, that incident is crazy, bro. Like, and it involves all the people here, Law, Blackbeard, and Kobe. So, and one of the a big part of the the one big theory that I feel like it still has a bit of flame is that Law is a part of Sword. So I feel like I've brought this up a few times, but the one thing that kind of is the reason I'm bringing it up now is that one of the parts of that theory is that the Rocky Port incident was a setup to get Kobe more notoriety within the world, to and Law to be part of the warlord system. So, and Aokiji again, like Aokiji also, people believe Aokiji's part of Sword because that's why he would have been at Punk Hazard to talk to Law, right? So if we believe that theory that Law is part of Sword and we know that the Rocky Port agenda was this big thing, and again, the Rocky Port agenda is a big fucking thing because now people call Kobe the hero of the Marines. In the fucking movie, I don't want to spoil anything. Like it's just like in Amazon Lily where they called him the hero.
I appreciate that. Thank you, because my heart dropped for a second, bro. I was like, damn,
I thought about it. No, I wouldn't say shit. No. And Amazon Lily, they call him the hero. That's what I was thinking. Amazon Lily, they call him the hero, like, of the Marines, not just the hero of the Rocky Port incident. Like, because what's that guy from Just Rosa, Kiros, called him the hero of the Rocky Port incident, but niggas now call him the hero of the Marines, which is Garp's fucking nickname, right? So all those,
Garp, bro.
Exactly, and he's under Garp, right? So all these people, all those people are involved, are there, which is Law. Blackbeard have a tie with Kobe. So I really do, like, I just feel like it would be fucking whack if Blackbeard and Law weren't there when Kobe gets saved.
Okay,
that'd be weird. That'd be weird. I feel like.
Yeah, I could feel that. But yeah, I think there's a big thing. I think that like Aokiji's feeding information to Garp, and Garp knows like, okay, this is the prime time to go get Kobe. Let's go get Kobe. And that's probably the reason why he's so confident. Not to say like now, I think that's like a narrative perspective, but let's talk about some power scaling. What do we think about Garp versus Blackbeard if he was actually there? Like, do we think that Garp is hiding some type of true power that like he's been keeping on the shelves or whatever? Because
well, I think Garp is like mad fucking confident no matter what. Like, he is that guy, and he was gonna if Sengoku didn't hold him down, he was gonna try to fuck up Akainu, right? Not to say he couldn't or anything, but I feel like no matter what, like he would just like he believed in himself. I think 1-on-1. Fuck, what does our tier list say, or do we take them off?
I think we put them on.
Garp was 11.
Actually, go to the isn't it on the StrawHat SitDown Twitter?
Sure,
yeah.
I know. I think about it. I think Garp was below the Admirals and Luffy.
Yeah, it was.
So and Blackbeard was above Luffy. So we have Blackbeard above him. So that's all I'm saying.
We do indeed. Blackbeard is a force right now, man. He's not an emperor for no reason.
And he's been an emperor, and he has like the two crazy abilities. So
yeah,
fuck, I have no
crew got crazy abilities now too. So.
Yeah, his whole crew is suited.
I think that like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying this rough. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think that like it's potentially possible that Garp, like, because remember when we were talking about when we made that tier list, how like Oda. I said this, but Oda likes to seem to expand upon what his characters are capable of after time skip. Because pre-time skip, we saw like, obviously they're still very skilled or whatever, but he gave like the background important characters like the bare minimum in terms of like what they're capable of. Maybe this is the point where, because I mean, it's only just like recently we've seen Rayleigh with Conqueror's coding or Conqueror's Hockey coding. So just to say that Garp doesn't have some crazy shit, stacked away that he doesn't, that obviously in his prime he'd be like god tier, but right now, even though he's not the same, he still got something that could potentially like, get them over, at least with saving Kobe and dipping out. Not like going a long drawn out war or something like that with the Blackbeard pirates. So I do think in a long drawn out war he's losing that, but
yeah, especially when you consider like the scrubs on his team, right? Like, but yeah, one on one, like
it's sheer numbers though. That's my whole thing. I feel, you know, we've seen Blackbeard be a coward many times, right?
Yeah.
When he's faced with someone stronger than him, he'll start cowering, and then like his crew will help because that's how they roll. I feel like might be the case. Like, I feel like Garp's been hiding his strength the whole time. He's just been like holding back. But that's just me though, you know, because he is what he was at one point the strongest of the Marines, and like, you know, people got mad respect for this dude. So that's for a reason.
He is the GOAT of the Marines, literally the greatest Marine.
Yeah, he's literally their MJ.
Yeah.
Well, if one on one he decided to fuck up Blackbeard, and I'm not gonna say he would straight up beat him, but dude is
he could probably put up a fight.
Yeah.
And even if like who fucking knows, bro? Like, but yeah, no, he's a problem, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to Garp. Hopefully he can put in some work.
But this kind of calls into question so the reason I wanted us to kind of just move forward past the LBAF thing is because now we like really have to talk about like what's next. Like after Egghead, is Luffy gonna team up with Garp and no, it's no problem, bro. Is Luffy gonna team up with Garp and them to save Kobe and Law? Is he gonna go like we assume he's going to LBAF no matter what, right? So it's basically, is that before or after this?
I think it's hard to tell.
I know it's hard to tell, right?
No, you know what? No. Honestly, I actually think LBAF is sooner than later, just because because Kid is there now, and we're actually seeing the island for the first time because we know we've heard about it in stories and stuff. I think we've actually seen the island.
Yeah, and to bolster your point a little, Sky Sanji said in the chat, like Luffy has had a him and Law arc, but not a him and Kid arc.
Yeah.
And then also there's if the Vegapunks come on the crew, then you know we have a direct tie to Elbaf, etc., etc. So I can see him going straight to. So you said right now, right? Like right before.
I'm saying they dip off this ship they dip out of Egghead with Vegapunk, and their first stop is Elbaf.
Yeah, I can see it because the reason I'm really curious, like the reason I don't want to say, he's going straight to Private Island is because I really had, like I've said it before, is that I had this idea that Blackbeard would be the second to last villain, right? Like before Laugh Tale, the leading people with poneglyphs would be Luffy and Blackbeard, right? And I just felt like Blackbeard, the only villain that could be defeated after Blackbeard to me is Emu. So I was like, so that's why I'm struggling to say that he'll go right to Egghead, even though Kobe and Law would be in trouble, right? So I really don't know. I have no idea.
Who knows if their final bout will even be at Island though? If
they go, that's another good
one. Who's to say, right? They could be on. I heard people talk about they'll both be on Laugh Tale fighting it out or something like that.
That's my headcanon for real.
But I wanted to also bring up the fact that, you know, Kizaru is in the vicinity too. So, you know, we also got another trifecta of like, you know, admirals and stuff like that. I don't know if like Garp also has like, Kizaru, he's on my way. Oh, wait. Because Garp was like, nah, I didn't get help, basically. Because I was thinking, like, what was that mission that Kizaru was on his way for?
Yeah, we now know it's like, it was for the Vegapunk.
Yeah. But with that being said, regardless, I don't know if Kizaru is getting, like, defeated here. I don't think so, because I think by the final bout of, you know, between, like, the world government versus the Straw Hats or whatever, however it's going to play out, Kizaru should probably be there. So most likely Kizaru could potentially run interference with Garp to get Kobe, potentially. Now I know Kizaru is kind of like a loose cannon-ish kind of guy, but he still also follows orders. Well, no, the loose cannon is Green Bull. Scratch that. He's a loose cannon. Kizaru, like, he just doesn't care. It's like a whatever type thing. So
as they put it.
Yeah, and even though like Garp, he supersedes Garp in terms of like hierarchy, you know, there's mad respect for Garp. He's like the only Marine to be where he is, as low rank he is, which is not a low rank, but you know, at his rank to have such authority and command and stuff, right? So, you know, it's definitely possible that Kizaru could go with Garp or like just end up on Pirate Island to help get Kobe back or something like that as well. On top of maybe Aokiji undercover and stuff like that. It's a lot, man. There's so much.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like we could go anywhere from here, man. That's why this final arc is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, I think Oda has really weaved this last part of the story together really well, because like the way that everything is going, everything is interconnected and close enough to each other that you could see any of these interactions merging with each other. And becoming a totally different plot line. And there's like so many different combinations. Like we went over a whole bunch of them just now. This guy can go here, this guy can go there, they can leave here and go here, but can stop by this guy. Like there's just this last part of the arc story is getting weaved very masterfully by Mr. Storyteller Oda.
He's in his bag, bro. He's in his bag. I think about like what's left, bro. Like Boa Hancock, Cross Guild, so many pieces are still on the board, right? Like we're living in the golden age of One Piece. Definitely one thing I didn't want to forget though was that I wonder what the paper Killer's looking at is.
The paper?
I just assumed it was a map.
But wouldn't you just use the log post?
You would use a log post.
That is true.
Yeah.
So you think
this is that's the thing about the Grand Line? I feel like that's like a low key thing that Oda did. I feel like that's gonna come up later.
That's a really good catch, because he's definitely looking at it kind of
intently.
Intently. Yeah.
It could be a wanted poster.
That's I feel like that's a wanted poster, because the newspaper, it's a whole newspaper. I think that's a wanted or a beaver card.
It kind of looks fucked up. It could be a beaver card, but they don't show movement. I feel like there's no signs of like, you know how they do the 3 lines to show movement.
Yeah, the flutter. Yeah, let it like it's pulling.
And also, but I feel like StrawHat, to your point about it being a bounty, like if it's a newspaper, the paper looks kind of cut up and old. It could be old, for sure, but that's kind of.
It does look like jagged a little bit.
So is that where? So we saying Scopper Cabal is our hellback?
It's finally time.
Man, let me you, man.
That's and they were talking about the man with flames.
These guys are the ones that brought it up, man.
Yeah, they the ones that brought it up. So if they are looking for that man, that could be his wanted poster, and that could be Scopper Cabal. Maybe.
We do see that they have no leads or something like that. Man, Oda has us on his fingertips, bro. Like just in the palm of his hands, bro. Like we anything's possible, bro.
Marionette, just
that ass, bro.
Dancing around.
Another thing I feel like I wanted to amend from one of our previous chapters. We were talking about how the chapter, I think it was the last chapter where unless you guys have anything for this chapter, I feel like we kind of went over it all.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was 1070 where we see the. Yo, what's up, Sean?
Oh no! Go ahead.
I feel like it's in 1070 when we see the Seraphim fight. I think it is 1070 actually.
1070?
Was it 1070 or 1069?
What are you trying to find?
The Seraphim fighting, and using their abilities. Yeah, it's 1070. We see, it's 1070. They're just using their abilities, and we were like thinking about how the Boa Hancock one was using her ability, the Jinbei one's using the swim fruit, but Mihawk is just slashing niggas. But he does have the green blood, which is what he used to put Paramethea abilities in someone. So Mihawk has a Delver.
That's what. Yeah, we said that in the last.
Really?
Episode.
I don't think we.
Yeah.
I think we came to that consensus.
Okay. I must have forgot. All right, cool.
At the same time, though, the green blood could also be, like the lineage shit, no? Or I don't know, like no.
But the lineage is for the devil fruit. That's why they're giving the lineage.
Lineage is for like mostly the Zoan. Because who said it before? I think it was like YHuss or you missed it, or someone said it when we saw the Mad cover story, and each of them was probably specialized in the form of devil fruit creation or expertise.
Lineage factor, like they all took lineage factor.
In some shape or form. And some ways they're all failed aspects of Vegapunk outside of Vegapunk, because Caesar failed in the duplication of Zoan fruits, basically like Vegapunk. what's his face? Judge, used lineage factor on his kids, but he considered Sanji a failure or whatever. And then on top of that, Queen, with the whole modifications and stuff like that, which Vegapunk is also known for as well. So they're all like aspects of what Vegapunk's research is, or have like a specialty. And we did come to the conclusion that like the green blood was probably. It must have been the other buddies I was talking about, because someone brought it up to me recently, and I was like, oh fuck, okay, I'm glad we talked about it then. All right, cool, that's it, I guess.
All right, go ahead.
There was one last thing I wanted to say though. Shout outs to TCB, because they are the GOAT, because they said at the beginning of the chapter, we're putting out this lower quality version, and it's so funny because on Twitter, some people are like, bro, I don't think this is low quality, and they said we have such high standards for ourselves. I love that about them, because this honestly looks good.
It looks really good.
If you didn't say quality, I never would have guessed.
And he said they are like, hey guys, we want y'all to wait for the HQ version. So that means they take real good pride in work and stuff like that, and I respect it. So shout out to TCB.
It's also because they know the competition's on their heels, bro.
The fire's at their feet for sure, bro.
Yeah, so they're like, nah, we put this shit out now, bro.
Luffy is part of it.
Gotta respect it. Yeah, that should be it for our episode today. Hope you guys enjoyed. There will not be a new chapter for a little while. I think one of you guys end up pulling up the schedule?
Oh yeah, I found it. So the chapter we just read was supposed to come out in 5 days. So the next one is the 19th.
Okay.
Next one is the 19th.
Yeah.
That's a Sunday. That's a Sunday. That's a Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. So this current one was supposed to be a break this past week, and then it was supposed to be chapter
this week, break, and then break next week, and then chapter after. Okay, but now we have to wait 2 weeks instead.
We have to wait two and a bit more. Yeah. Technically, so because it would have been 3 from last week. So yeah, so 3 weeks, the 19th.
All right, cool. All right, so we are going to be waiting 2 weeks for a chapter, but the StrawHat SitDown will have some great content for you guys lined up regardless. You will always keep y'all nice and entertained in the One Piece community.
Sir.
Next episode is episode 50, the big 50. We're definitely going to try and do something special, have something planned for that, so make sure you guys follow our Twitter at StrawHat SitDown and subscribe to our YouTube at StrawHat SitDown, same name.
Yes, sir.
To stay updated on all of our shenanigans.
I want to add also, like, I feel the last few episodes, like, Twitch chat has been bumping as we talk about it. It gives us so much to, like, go back and forth with, be in the chat with you guys. Like, we appreciate it so much. Thank you guys for, like, chatting with us. It means a lot, for real.
Definitely shout out to the chat, for real.
Definitely
the actors have been bumping, bro.
It has. You guys have definitely been in the chat hanging out with us, giving us stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? We able to bounce off your ideas in the chat. So if any of you guys are watching on YouTube or listening on Spotify podcasts, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, etc., make sure you guys come check out the Twitch channel every Sunday, every now and then.
Yes, sir. It's live, man.
Yep. Twitch.tv/Cali_Mac, KALI_MAC. Come hang out with us. Come talk to us in the chat. We're live. You can come interact with us. Tell us your terrible opinions so we can tell you you're wrong and all that good stuff, right?
Our golden opinions and your trash.
I definitely come through and show love. Appreciate everybody that's been listening on all these different platforms that I named. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week, episode 50. Got some special stuff planned, so make sure you guys stay tuned. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Till next time, take it easy, be safe, be healthy. We appreciate you guys. Hope you have an outstanding new year. And we will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thanks, sir.